Welcome to live trading. My producer, Aaron Thomas, wants me to play the intro. So here in a few minutes, I'll play the intro. But what's up, 13? I'm going to catch you off guard with you drinking earlier.
Oh, hi there. I didn't know I was on the screen yet. Hi,
You
everybody.
are.
How's
That's
it going?
okay. Like I said, we'll just do a cold open. There's no professionalism here this morning. Ryan's out, which means a substitute teacher is in, which means we're going to have a lot of fun with live trading. Here's a 16-second intro that my producer wants us to play.
Welcome to Benzinga Live Trading.
Let's see if this actually kind of comes back.
Way out of control, got way too high.
All right. Hey, I will take that. I will absolutely take that.
And I can see why. That's a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool intro. Who else are you listening to? What's going on?
Sorry, I had some other thing on. I didn't notice I was in there too.
No,
cool.
Yeah. We got to get everybody involved. I think this is our first stream together, you and I. So it's awesome to see. Okay, I was going to say to see you from the chat into the stream, but now I guess I get to see both of you with your comments popping up. But I love the beard. I'm definitely jealous of the beard there.
Yeah, you just gotta not do anything, and it just kind of takes care of itself.
I love it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my charts. Feel free to share yours whenever you would like. We can go over a couple of things that I'll be looking at. For those of you that are new to the stream, I'll trade stocks, options, futures, and donate my money anyway, anyhow. Chivalry is not dead in the markets when it comes to me. But this is kind of what I'm looking at when it comes to the NASDAQ E-mini futures, is looking to see a breakout above the 17,775 level. That's notated here with this purple line, and see if we can get a move to the upside itself. I did go ahead and trade a couple of contracts. I think it was a couple of days ago off of this trend line here, but obviously you can see we broke it, reclaimed it to the upside we went. So for me, that's kind of now invalid. So I'll take that one out. So all I'm really focusing on is going to be that top layer. And then we can see if we can draw a pretty line from here to here. And if it does come down, maybe we can play a little bit of a bounce from that angle. Let's go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA. I mean, this thing's just been a monster. Let's go ahead and move everything here in life. Just been a monster. Moving on up to the upside. Went ahead and crossed 700 after hours. And then obviously now you can see tried to go ahead and peak above 710, had a little bit of a trouble. I'm not quite sure how I would play this, but 13, any thoughts on your end in terms of any stocks you're looking at, whether it's NVIDIA or anything else? What are you looking at here?
Well, as far as NVIDIA goes, I really don't have any idea how we could play this except for maybe to the downside, since that seems like there's really all that's left. It's this stock has everything to lose. It seems 700. That's well past any indication I had. I thought 650 was going to be the top, but I'm still hearing 850 to 1100. So I have no idea. But
you had some options flow that came in yesterday on NVIDIA for 700, and the way that I played it. Matter of fact, I lost money. Matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. So again, we trade with real money here. So here's my TradeStation account. No, you can't see my password. There you go. So I actually lost money on this trade yesterday, and I'll show you guys. Where is it? Why did I get cancel? Don't know. Someone just slacked me, so I don't know if it's something important. But anyway, I tried to play this with a breakout above 690, try to take it to the upside, but then I kind of got knifed, lost a few bucks there. And then I went ahead and said, all right, cool. Now that you're out, I'm going to go and move to the upside. So that kind of stunk, but we'll see if it kind of bounces back to VWAP maybe, and we can get a chance to go ahead and play it. Obviously, it's a near VWAP at the moment, but NVIDIA, I don't really know how to play it, so I'm not going to force anything just so I can post something on the internet. We're going to come back here to AMD. This one's been a little bit weaker in terms of NVIDIA itself, but we'll see if we can find a way to go ahead and play this one. Now, Coinbase was a favorite short of mine yesterday. I waited for this short to come back right around here. Where was it? I waited for Coinbase to come back to this trend line so I can short it. Unfortunately, it never did, so then I just played it off of, I believe it was, why do I keep turning this thing on and off? There we go. Shorted it around $100 or 100 shares, excuse me, at 119.72, covered at 118.54. But I could keep rambling on and on, 13, but I'm going to kind of give the floor to you, man. What stocks are you looking at? Tell me what you want me to pull up on the charts here.
Well, I'll tell you what, the ones I like to look at every morning so that we can try to get some trading action going are the ones that I think are going to move pretty well. And to start that off with, we have TENX. This is a company that has news of they were granted a patent allowance.
Okay.
So that one's really starting to move this morning. Now, it's already blasted through my levels, and it looks like it's starting to give a bit of a bull pennant formation going on here potentially, but this one is a very low float, 292,000 shares, and they just did a reverse split last month on the 3rd. So kind of checking the boxes for a theme that we've identified where some of these reverse splits and low floats really tend to be the ones that get noticed, even on no news. Fortunately, this one has some news, so this one's taken off this morning. That's the first one. The second one that I have on my list here is HSDT. That's
I gotcha.
They had a report of alignment with the FDA on a registrational program for treating strokes. So that's the news that's moving this one. Also another very low float, 670,000 shares. This one also has a little bit of short interest, just under 7%. But what's interesting is that their days to cover.
Yeah.
So that's going to give it some squeeze candidacy.
Yeah. So what this one? So by the way, the other one I'll go back to in a second because I had levels drawn up here for HSDT. You've got the news, right? Went all the way to 1130, but obviously then it's come back down to about the 880. So it hasn't really held its spike up. So for me, I've set an alert here at $10. I like the psychological whole number. I like the fact that that's also above VWAP. So we can close, whether it's on the 5, 10, or the 15, above 10. I'd be interested in possibly taking a chance at this one, maybe risk about $1 or so and see if we can get a move back to at least the highs of about 1135 and then maybe to the upside on that one there. So what was the other ticket that you just went over before this one? So I can talk about the levels. It was something.
It was, yeah, it was TE and then NX.
There we go. So my levels on that one, again, just going back to the 4 hour, I've got 25.95 right around here, and then 31.28 and then 33.39. Obviously, you've got a couple of different levels in between that, but those are the major ones that I personally see. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and trade this one. The only way that I kind of would is if it bounced from VWAP, went above 20, and then maybe we can make a move towards 23 or so. I just love the psychological numbers. I think it's easy to kind of go from that and play it off of that. But let me by the way, there's someone I got a Slack that someone commented about butter chicken. Was that you, Lynn? Yes, it was. I appreciate it. It's been a minute since I've been to Trader Joe's. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like in celebration of you going to Trader Joe's, I might have to go to Trader Joe's and get some butter chicken as well. I was cleaning out my fridge the other day, and I noticed I had some Trader Joe's Kung Pao chicken something. It was expired, so I had to throw that out. So it's been a minute. But anyway, what else are you looking at, man?
Well, I'm looking at some other stocks too, but I wanted to bring up some really interesting news that came out over the evening with China. They actually are going into their Lunar New Year. So we're going to start to see a slowdown in some trading activity over the next couple of weeks. But what they've done is their sovereign wealth fund began purchasing a ton of market tracking ETFs today. So if you look at an ETF like Yin, you can see that China stocks are up pretty well today on that action.
What is the ETF? What is that? EIN? What is that? What is that?
YINN.
Yin. All right.
Yeah. So this is a 3x leveraged bull
nice
ETF.
Yeah.
So you can see that they've got some positive activity here as a result of that sovereign fund buying China stocks. I'm not exactly sure that I'm going to be playing this, but this was something that happened over the evening. So I think it's worth keeping eyes on.
All right. Well,
and other China stocks, like maybe we could probably look at Baba or Billy or JD. Yeah. Those will probably all have So Baba's up 3.5%. So China names might be in favor today as a result of them getting into the ETFs ahead of their holiday.
Yeah, you've got a high of about 78 or so in terms of pre-market. And of course, you could find some levels in terms of support at 75.20 to $75. There's another ticker that I was just taking a look at. SMCI. I mean, what a monster. Oh, everyone and their grandma has been talking about how they wish they would have played this one to the upside. I've got the level of 650 here because that's where I tried to play it yesterday. But again, it just didn't move anywhere. So I sold it. And then, of course, towards the end, patience is really not my thing in life. It just moves to the upside. Even then today, it comes back pre-market, tests a 650 level, and then bounces about $30 or so to the upside on this one. Now, it'll be interesting to see if it comes back and tests it, or do we just go ahead and make new highs as we cross 700 because that's currently where you have a little bit of resistance, as you saw the first test here in the pre-market. We'll see if we can go ahead and blow through that. What about PLTR after earnings? Your wish.
Yeah, that one
my
had
command.
that one had some nice earnings yesterday, and we're still trading up in pre-market. So this is another one that was on my list. Not sure that I'm going to trade it up here. It could still provide plenty of trades today, but I'd like to see it come in a bit.
Look at that beauty right there.
Yeah.
Going back to August of 2023, you had resistance here at 2030s, and that's kind of maintained to be resistance even up till today. So what's the level we take a look at to crack? It's going to be that 2037 level. If you want to try to play this one, I think you can try to day trade it, give yourself maybe $1 of wiggle room. I just don't know how much it moves. Now, obviously, it just had earnings, so like maybe it has a little bit of a range and a little bit of movement to the upside. I don't know what the ATR on this one is, but could be fun if it gets over 2037 or so on PLTR.
It could move a lot on how noticed it is. It's got a lot of eyes on it, but it does have a 1.83 billion float. So that's the big hang up for me on how well it could move.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go ahead and put this in. I'm going to see if any options are coming in. What else we got? Grr. What's up?
Grr, they were noticing or mentioning in the chat. And I did want to address something that the Crow said about China making economic policies on astrology. Yeah, I understand that. That's I really don't know how they can justify using such interesting things to make economic policy, but maybe that's one of the reasons why their economy isn't doing so well.
Hey, listen, if a woman's into moon cycles, you best believe I'm taking a picture and sending it to her. Okay, whatever gets the job done. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. We've got about 2 minutes before the market goes ahead and moves. What are your thoughts on McDonald's? I miss when their apple pies were 2 for $1. Now they're like 1 for $1.29. I was quite upset about it. But in terms of the stock and not my food ramblings, let's see. We're going to move that one there now. I actually don't mind it here. You had resistance here, held as support. You had a weird spike there. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, I think it was news because it looks like it was an 8 a.m. candle, possibly. Yeah. And then you've got a little bit of support here. I don't dislike it here. Obviously, you just had earnings, so you had a huge move to the downside. So I wouldn't say it's strong in any way, shape, or form. But it reported earnings yesterday. So, it had movement to digest things like that. I wouldn't be too upset if you tried to play this one. But I would personally probably like to wait to find a little bit of strength or maybe at the 280 level or so. But it's not bad if you wanted to trade this one. Just looking at this level here, let's go ahead and move everything in live so we can make it clear. It looks like the market's about to go here in a second.
Yep, there it is. It's open.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at NVDA. We'll take a look at Tesla and all the other good stocks here as well. Let me go ahead and move. I hate having too many things on my screen, so we'll go ahead and apply it all. There we go.
TENX is getting whipped around out of the open. I'm just going to go through some of those ones that I've been paying attention to here. Also, one of the other ones I'm going to be watching too is DWAC. This was tied to Trump getting elected, and they do have the Republican primaries in Nevada today and on Thursday.
We'll go ahead and test our luck here in terms of PLTR. Bought about 200 shares as soon as it wants to execute. Hello, I purchased it. Where is it? There we go. Cool. Purchased 200 shares. That was a weird fill, but we rock with it. At 2037, not exactly where I wanted to go with it, but that's fine. We'll see if it gets a move to the upside itself or not, but let's go ahead and take a look at anything else. Coinbase. If it breaks this area and tries to test it again on the rejection is what I'll look for at the 116 level. Oops. There we go. Let's see what the futures are doing.
Looks like HSDT is trying to fall out of bed here. See if the 65. Nope, it's not going to hold.
Let's go ahead and set an alert right there, just in case. HS, what now? DT?
No, one of the ones we were talking about before. HSDT.
$10 level, yeah.
I was looking to see if it was going to get held, but it didn't. I did notice that somebody else was bringing up RVSN. This is something we've been trading a whole bunch. They actually had an offering in after hours yesterday, so that pulled it down to 11.12, and now we're back up to the inside the 13 handle now. I don't know this is over yet. This is, we've been saying this is over. This isn't over until it is over. And we thought that maybe that offering might have been the end of it, but if it can hold up to these this 13 level, we might still see some more trading action with this one.
Keep an eye on that one. Looks like we've got a little bit of movement in CHX. Not sure what the story behind this one is, so I'm going to go ignore that one. Where was I just trading? PLTR. Am I losing money on this one? Yes, I am. I'm down about $60. Tesla VWAP looking to hold. Let's see if we get a push right back above this one or not. Someone brought up Tesla in the chat, so let's go ahead and take a look at that one. By the way, you have pin C that's halted. Let me go ahead and check this one out real quick. Halted to the downside, and then we'll go ahead and move to the Tesla side of things. So look, here's what we got on Tesla. You've got support here at the 176. You've got resistance at the 182.22. So for me personally, I'm not playing this one long until and unless we break out above 182.22. That's the way that I'd want to go ahead and play this one. Here's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go ahead and extend this puppy. Right there. You've got support. You've got support. Crack. Now that support is resistance. So would not be surprised if we try to get up to the 182 level, but we can't break above that one. That might be a chance for you to go ahead and get some puts, play to the downside with a stop loss. For me personally, if I was doing that, would be 184. But of course, that's my money, not your money. I'm not an advisor. I just,
we're just having fun.
We're just, here and there. But speaking of fun, let's see what's going on with Palantir. Oh, it's always fun when you're down about almost $100. Let's see what else we've got happening. Let's see what the market's doing in terms of the SPY. Looking to break above the 494 level. By the way, if anyone in the chat has any fun Valentine's Day ideas for someone that you've known for like a month, let me know. So nothing too crazy, right? Can't go like gung-ho.
What's your budget?
I feel like 200-300 is fine. I don't know. Like, and I'm not saying in terms of like gifts or presents. I'm saying in the sense of like an outing or something. She's into like musicals and plays, so I didn't want to be cliche and be like, let's go see Hamilton. But like maybe, I don't know. But I also don't know if that's like a Valentine's Day type thing. I don't know, bro. We'll see. By the way, Costco moving to the upside here.
Yeah, I was trying to put out an order for HSDT. Try to get some. I didn't get filled, and now we're moving up pretty handily here.
Nice, yeah.
So
Found a little bit of support right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get a fill on that, so this one might not be something I can trade at the moment.
Ice skating. Ice skating's not bad. HSDT, we're on that one right now. We'll see if we get a move above 10 or not. There's VWAP, possibly going to be an issue to get over. Let's go ahead and check out what NVIDIA's doing. Straight to the downside since the market has opened. Let's see if we can draw any levels on this one. I genuinely have no idea how I trade this, but we can pretend like we know what we're talking about.
Webcoin, you caught HSDT? If you did, awesome. It's like 10x, the one we were talking about before, TENX, is halted to the downside now.
A month, a dinner, and a movie. So here's the thing, Rick. Here's where we went in terms of dates. I think the first night we went to get tacos because it's Taco Tuesday and I'm cheesy, even though I'm lactose intolerant. But anyway, the second date we went to like a comedy show. See, Crow, we're on the same page. Second day we went to a comedy show. Third one, I think we went, I don't know where we went the third date. We went to get ramen. And then the fourth one, we went to watch a movie. It was Poor Things. Interesting movie. Not something I'd recommend, but that's where we're at.
I still need to see that one. I just watched I just watched the Holdovers recently, and I like Paul Giamatti, so I enjoyed him, but the movie itself was very bland to me.
Yeah. Let's see.
It ain't easy being cheesy. Is that your new moniker now? Is you're just gonna go the way of Chester?
I need that tied it up. So look at that. We talked about this level of 17,775 being resistance. You saw it knock on the door once, twice, 3 times now. It hasn't been able to get above that level. So our levels are good. If the market wants to make new highs, you've got to crack that 17,775. We'll see if it gets a chance to do that or not. AGFY. Let's go ahead and see what's happening there. Come on.
This is we all know this one. If you were trading the marijuana stocks back in 2021.
I need to watch Billions. Is Billions a good show now? I loved it in the beginning, but then it kind of got weird because it was too focused on like the politics and alpha male who's whatever is bigger. I like the stock market side of things. So if it's gone to that, that's great. But otherwise, I'm not the biggest fan of billions anymore.
There are so many shows that I have not been able to keep up with all of them, and that is one such show that I would love to watch when I had the time.
ULCC moving to the upside here. That's Frontier Group Holdings.
By the way, the news with Agrify is that they achieved a milestone with their PX30 hydrocarbon extraction system installation in a Michigan facility.
All right, gotcha.
That's why that's doing that.
You've got pin C that was halted to the downside, I believe. Now it's moving up to the upside. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Let's see what this SMCI is doing. Almost came back to test the 650. Got $3 short of that one. Let's see what I haven't been notified that I'm losing money. There you go. PLTR still in that range.
Yeah, NVIDIA and SMCI, they look like they're heavy. I'm just waiting for them to roll over.
Yeah,
that's me though. Oh, if anybody wants to trade this, hey. Mark is up 10%.
All right, which one of you is trying to hack me is what I want to know. What's happening here?
My hands are right here.
What's going on? Who's trying to hack me? Come on.
Well, looks like DWAC's doing good out of the gate here, finding some resistance at 48.44. I have $50 as the next level. Yeah, this is going to always be an interesting play while we have the elections going on, and you know any of the court cases that he has to deal with as well. That's going to make this thing go up and down. Great trading vehicle, but quite spready.
Hot air balloon. Oh, I'd be shit scared. Can I say that on here? I don't know. I'd be scared to go to a hot air balloon because like I already get anxious and that would just take it to the next level.
Yeah, that sounds like fun to me personally. Now, do you know she likes, I mean, sorry if I sound dated here, but does she like jazz? I mean, there's been times where I've gone to a jazz bar if you don't want to have anything too exciting, just relax.
See, I'm not decent music. So here's where her and I might be different. From my understanding, she's into live music. I am not, because if there's a band playing, now it depends on how loud it is. Obviously, if it's like soft, mellow in the background, it's cool. But I went on a date maybe a couple of months ago, and they were like rocking out, and I did not know that when I picked this place, and it was the most what is happening date that I've been on. Just because like you couldn't talk, it was weird, and it was a first date too, so it was definitely the most mediocre date I've had. But that wasn't because of the individual; it was just I picked the wrong place.
Mosh pits can be kind of weird on a date.
Let's see. I don't know what this stock does, but someone brought it up in the chat. Looks like it's moving to the upside.
This is when we have traded stocks like this previously, we call them an old girlfriend, and this is an old girlfriend of live trading. We've traded this many times before. It likes to move. I think one of the reasons why it moves so well is it has a low float. Let me double check for you. It also had some pretty good news originally. Floats, well, it's not low float. 15 billion shares, but there was some news on this previously as to why it was moving so well, and this one has moved well in the past. So I'm sorry, you know what? No, I'm not getting that's not correct at all. It's just not update. I'm still getting that error when I get some of Apple's information.
Yeah, I got
you. If I can fix that.
Palantir moving to the upside. We were down a little bit, almost got stopped out. Look at that. We were about 12 cents away from getting stopped out. Now we're moving to the upside. I believe you had some options coming in. Let me go ahead and tell you exactly what those options were. Looks like you've got the 20, and let's see which. There's a lot of things happening here. Let's see which one's the most prudent one that I care about. You got a couple of them. You got $20 options going all the way out to February 16th. $20 calls, about $100,000 worth or so. And then you've also got $20 for today, or excuse me, this week. My apologies. On Palantir as well that are coming in. So that is one of the reasons for this move to the upsize. Does NVI wow, I don't know why I said we there, but does this one have news? You know, it is not a stock that I'm familiar with. It is also not a stock that I will trade.
I'll check on the news for that one. But as far as LAES, the correct float amount is 1.41 million. So it is very low float.
I am in Atlanta. Yes. See, Lynn, that's how I know you were the one who was hacking me, because now you just doxed me. I haven't been to varsity in years. You know what's interesting though about Valentine's Day? I feel like it depends on how long you've been with someone, but it's always like you got to up your game. So like someone mentioned dinner or movie and things like that, but it's like, yeah, but we did that on a random Thursday. So now I feel like there's pressure to be like, oh my God, I got to take you to Paris, you know?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make sure my wife doesn't watch the stream because now the pressure's on me to do better.
Yeah, because if I'm trying to step my game up for someone I met 20 days ago, I'm gonna need you to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna need you to go gung ho on it. By the way, speaking of which, Palantir to the upside, we're up about $84, but we're not selling this puppy till I think 27. I think we're gonna move our targets down just a little bit to about 2092 because I feel like it.
To answer the question of NVIV on if there is any news, there's no news. It's not moving on any news. But what it does have is a very low float, 2.77 million. Let me see if there's any short interest I can draw from this. Not really any. Maybe this had a reverse split. Nope. They've had splits, but no reverse splits. So I think it's just getting pushed around on low float. That's really the only thing I can see to answer your question about NVIV.
By the way, HSDT, that stock is halted. I will go ahead and get there in a moment. I promise you, since it's halted, we have some time. I don't know who it was in the chat, but we were talking about Nike and trying to play this one out of the $100 level. And guess what? One of these days on Friday, I played it. I bought 200 shares at $100.03, sold it at 145. So a quick little scalp for me, if you will, to the upside. But here it is moving once again. North of 100. You've got levels now. Oh, look at that. What happened? PLTR, profits taken.
Nice.
As we move to the upside. Let's get it going. By the way, you still have Palantir that I believe is going to continue moving. I don't think this one's done in any way, shape, or form. So if you have options that you're with, depending on how many you have, maybe scale out. But I do believe we will go ahead and let's see where we can go. Let's make some predictions and pretend like I know everything. I think we can definitely see 22 this week. And I think you might see 24. That's what I'm going with. Now let's go to HSDT, was it? What you got here?
Oh, this one just halted. And I think what the concern is that they're about to do an offering or have some kind of news. Also, TENX came out of the halt and went down, and now we're halted again. So sometimes the market will be this way where the things that have worked so well in the past and have these big movers in the morning, they pull a little earlier when the market feels heavier or in a like it's about to enter a downtrend. To the point about Nike, I like Nike. I think that I actually own it for the long term. They do have some China exposure, which isn't great, but I think that that's not going to pull it down too significantly. I got mine under 100 as well. So we just got to find some new things to trade here, since HSDT and TENX were kind of the big low float movers I was hoping to trade. So that's not going to work now if they're headed to the downside. Let's take a look at, we're just going to look around for some other ones. Sure, there's some other stuff we can trade. Still waiting for some of these other ones to do. Looks like ACHR is having some good moves out of the gate here. This one is a stock I like to trade around a core position. I picked some up yesterday when it was under 470, and I'm just kind of letting it ride right now.
We'll see. Sorry, I'm just taking a look and.
No problem. We're just trying to find something right now. Things like this, you're probably going to find not as many as you'd think. Let's see what the scanners say. Yeah, all the ones we're already looking at. ZFox, what's that about? Let's take a look at ZFox.
Oh, that's nice of you guys to call me that. I appreciate it. I am getting a couple of white facial hair.
Unless they're talking about me, because I kind of got that going on. What's going on with Z Fox? Oh, this is getting acquired. Okay, well, I don't think there's a trade there then. Move's already happened. What do you see in chat? Oh, SUNW Chapter 7, huh? Let's see, that's a solar stock, I believe. Sunworks. Let's take a look, see if I'm right. Yes, it is. And this is one of the things we've been starting to see with some of these solar stocks. When talks of rates being cut gets brought up, these will run. And when we get
which one? I'm sorry.
Oh, we're just talking about SUNW, SUNW. And when Powell throws cold water on rate cuts being sooner, then things like this happen.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on here. Oh, by the way, SMCI now trying to see if we can hold this 650 level again or if we crack below.
Looks like DuPont is still trying to push higher. They made an intraday high already of 65.31. Trying to take that again.
Plug. Yeah, plug maybe about 440 actually. You got support, resistance. We'll see if it goes to the up. By the way, HSDT has been unhalted.
Yes, it has.
And it's making a little bit of move to the downside here on the first reaction. Let's see what's going on with Palantir. Did we break 21? Yeah, we did, but we poked right back down. Now, I am A-OK purchasing 200 shares of Palantir again at around 2050, which is right where VWAP is. So if I get a chance to get it at 2052, I'll be down with that. That is no problem. Let's see. Oh, what is SMCI? Did it go? Oh, look at that. That 650 level is holding. It's holding.
Let me take a look at that. See if there's a trade there for me. You're looking at a 15-minute? Okay.
Yeah, looking at a little bit of a 15-minute action. Trying to see if there's anything else happening in the options world that we can go ahead and play, but I am a big fan of Palantir. I would like for it to come back down to the 2072 so I can get a chance to not just buy some shares, but also play it through some options. You think AMD would be blasting off on the news that China is working on their economy. Can't have a war when you're working on your economy. Let's go ahead and take a look at AMD here. I remember when AMD was like $6 back in 2018. I think it was.
I thought NVIDIA was the one that was more tied to the strength of China's economy because they're the ones that were selling some of their chips or their servers to the CCP. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's what I thought the situation was.
If AMD comes back to about this 172.29 level, I would be interested in going short. Matter of fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do is see if I can go short, if they'll let me, because I have another trade on, so they might say I'm too broke for it. Look at that. See, I am too broke for it.
Looks like HSDT is trying to recover here, but I'm a little concerned that it's going to get back up there. Maybe if we get back over VWAP, I'll do a trade on this one, but it looks like we might get, if it goes up to VWAP, it'll get rejected. So I'm just going to wait and see with that one.
See, this is why I hate having too many brokers, because your funds are like spread apart and you can't. All right, fine. I'll just trade some options, I guess. If it comes back to it, we'll set some alerts. There we go. There's my alert. My idea here is going to be to go short AMD via puts or shares at 171.76 or so.
EKS. Thank you for bringing that up. It's a good point to make here. DocuSign is looking to reduce their workforce by approximately 400 employees. I'm starting to see a lot of these happen with some of these other companies where they're finding ways to reduce their workforce. And being in an election year, that's not really something that the incumbent wants to see happen. So they're going to try to sneak around that using different, terminology. But workforce reduction is a theme that we're starting to see in some of these other companies, and some bigger ones might start doing it too, like Google. So that's something to watch out for.
I am really curious I'm going to have to kind of lock in February and try to figure out, hey, what stocks might make a run if Trump is going to get elected again, or if Biden will, or if a third party, not a third party, but if a third individual is going to go ahead and, it depends on, because I think weed is what ran up like crazy when Biden was looking to get elected, and when he did get elected. But again, don't really want to talk the politics of this. That's not what this show's about, but more so about how can we make money no matter which direction it goes, and having the stocks in play is where I'm referring to here. By the way, you had a nice little consolidation, little flag here, breakout on LAES to the upside. Oh, there
it is. And to your point, we've been talking about that for a while in our happy hour meetings at the end of the day. And one of the things that we're looking for is to see oil drillers really start to get going if it's looking like it's going to be a Trump presidency. So energy stocks on that side are going to be in favor. And then things like, EVs, green energy, that's going to be more in favor if we start to see a Biden presidency being more likely. So we are paying attention to those kind of things. We are looking for good plays. DWAC is one that we're currently engaging in. Because it's so tied to how well Trump does or doesn't do. Another one that we've been trading as well is SBGI. This is Sinclair Broadcasting Group. This is going to be one of such company that's going to do really well during the election cycle, as they get a lot. It's going to get a lot of attention for their coverage of the election. So that one, Gray TV, I believe, is another one. Let me just see if I can get you the ticker on that one. One second.
No worries. PayPal to the upside.
GTN, I believe it is. GTN. Yes. Gray Television. So SBGI and GTN, those are things we've been talking about in happy hour. They're doing pretty well today. Likely because we have a dual primary in Nevada for Republicans this year. The first part of it is going to be, we're going to get the election results today. And then the second part of it's going to be on Thursday. So It's not surprising that we're going to see Sinclair Broadcast, Gray Television be up in advance of that.
It's good insight to know there. Let's see what we've got.
Drill, baby, drill.
So here's what I've got on PayPal in terms of, this is the 65 minutes. See if we can get
Lynn talking yin. Oh, it is going. Yeah, it's going to be in favor because of the sovereign wealth fund buying up those ETFs. Yeah. Good trading. Looks like we're getting recovery in HSDT and TENX. Wow, Archer just going. Looks like it's going to go to 5. ACHR. And I apologize for jumping around so much.
Oh, you're good. HE what now?
ACHR. This is an EV toll play. You probably know about Joby, Joby. That seems to be a little bit more popular, but I think the ACHR one is the better stock.
Got it. Let's see what. Oh,
did you get some more Palantir, because that's starting to go up more?
I did not, because it never came back down. But what is moving to the upside is Tesla. So remember we said that 182.53 level is where we'll be interested. Well, it's broken above that. Now, if it does want to come back and test that, I'd be interested in going long. Let's see if we can get 100, risk about 125. Who just slacked me? Okay, that's not up to me. It's a group slack. Cool. We'll see if we want to get into that. But yeah, Palantir above 21. Just moving and grooving to the upside.
Oh, thank you, Krasi. PayPal reports tomorrow. And one of the things that's been interesting to me about PayPal is how they've been tied to the buy now, pay later theme.
What is happening?
And I have big concerns as job losses mount that there's going to be some, pretty sizable credit card bills that are not going to be able to get paid. And that's not going to be good for anybody. PYPL, let's take a look here. This, so that, I don't know if you managed to catch their little presentation they had on new products coming, but to me, it looked like they were so far behind the curve in this. I don't have high hopes for PayPal. They might have a short-term move up into the 70s, but I don't think long-term this is that great. That's my opinion, though. I could be wrong about that. It looks like DD, if it can hold these levels, if DD can hold up here, that we might get a good move through the intraday high it made of 65.31. They reported this morning.
Boy, you guys can tell I'm not used to waking up at this time. I'm like out here yawning. You know what it is? It's because I woke up at 7:30 and I went to the gym because I thought I was all elite, and now I'm exhausted.
Well, you are elite.
Oh, I try.
You are elite, but even elitism has its limits.
Yeah, man, it's because I think we all have that where it's like, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna be a morning person, I'm gonna look, man. I almost stopped at Publix and got me lemons just so I could have lemon water. Like I don't even know who I thought I was this morning, but I had a call at 9, so I was gonna do that. But
trying to turn over a new leaf, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, new year, new me, February 26th or February 6th, I guess.
Yeah, let's get some lemon water and wash it down with butter chicken.
Yeah, what a terrible combination that would be. That would be insane. All right, let's see what we've got.
Piton is up 6%. That's interesting. And what's the news here with Piton? Did they report or something? No. Buy rating. Okay.
That's cute. So let's go ahead and see how big of a downfall this was. All right, let's see how big of a downfall this was.
It was so bad that it's below its IPO price. That's how bad it is.
97%, give or take, maybe even 98% from the highs. It is now down.
Well, when the stay in place pandemic order gets lifted, everybody's back on their regular bikes, aren't they?
I'd love to get a regular bike. Oh, you know what, dude? I was telling Aaron this. I don't know if I told you guys this. I don't know if I mentioned this when I was on doing interviews, but I'm looking at getting an electric drum kit because I'm going through a midlife crisis. Wait, what just happened here? AMD. What happened? Why did something get canceled? Yo, am I getting hacked here? What's happening? That's weird. Something's happening, and I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm looking at getting an electric drum kit maybe today. So that'll be fun. I don't know if anyone in the chat has had any experience with this, but I played percussion in 8th grade. I was like 7th chair. And I only played the drums because I liked this girl who played. I think she played the flute. But anyway, if anyone has any drum kit suggestions, let me know.
Well, my only suggestion would be that you got to, make the new intro soundtrack on your electric drums. That's how it's gonna have to be.
Okay, chat. Let me know what ticker you'd like me to focus on. And also, I wasn't sure what you meant by Benz. Is that your name? Like, who's Benz? I'm not Benz.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that threw me off. Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant, but we like to go ahead. Oh, sorry, Mystery. Hope you have a green day tomorrow. But I love the fact that you're out. Right? You don't want to try it. I love that mentality. Oh, Benzinga, got it. Oh, that's cute. I've never heard Benzinga called Benz. But that's awesome that you're able to kind of have that mentality of, hey, I'm red. I don't want to claw it all back and try to force something that's not there. I'm out.
No, that's great.
Let's take a look at Liv. All right, I got you.
I don't disagree with that whatsoever. It wasn't looking like it was going to be a good day. If there's a lot of red on your screen, just take a step away from the computer, or change screens, read some news, play a video game, do something else that doesn't lose you money.
All right, here's what I've got on Rivian on the 30-minute. Let's see if we can go ahead and break out of this to the upside. But that's how I'm looking at it. Maybe if you want, depending on how far it breaks out, maybe wait for the retest itself and kind of go from there. INGA. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Boy, what a gap. Oh, never mind. It's not that bad. It's just the... Never mind. This looked a lot more dramatic when I first looked at it. But I am not sure how I would go ahead and play this one. It's not a ticker that I am used to, so I don't want to pretend like I know what I'm talking about with this one. So I apologize, but I genuinely don't know how I would play this one besides a break of 1240. That's kind of the only thing I have. Not a stock I'm used to playing. My apologies there. Yeah,
dude, I'd go back and look, and if I was going to play this, my first inclination would be to go back and see why we have that gap in the first place.
Earnings is what I'd say right here. Looks like they reported on, was it the first? Yeah, they reported on the first. Yeah, I played the triangle. Man, I hated that thing. What was I about to do? HSDT. Yeah, that one's still just kind of hanging out. Nothing really there. NVIDIA. All right, NVIDIA coming down a little bit. That means this one's probably below 650. Yes, it is. Look at that. All right, now let's go to the 15-minute. Don't tell me it already retested. No, it hasn't. I am interested in going short. I bet you the options on this are crazy on SMCI in terms of how much IV that's built into this. But I'd be interested in possibly playing this one short if it gets back to testing the 650 level.
SQQQ doing good today.
Oh, look at that. We're looking to bounce from this trend line. Mark cup and handle on the 1 hour. I've got 65 minutes. I hope that's quite okay.
Yeah, Remark is a pretty junk company, but this has been a great trading vehicle for the past week.
Isn't this a company that people always say has something to do with Microsoft?
Well, I believe they did have
something. Okay.
Some news related to that. I don't exactly. It's some kind of deal that was announced. Let me see here.
I got you.
Remark tells CEO tells Benzinga initial investment by Microsoft $700,000. So some kind of investment by Microsoft. I'll have to dig some more into this. I noticed the news coming up when this happened, and we just weren't interested in it because it's just a junky company. And it was under $1.
That's Mavis. Thank you. MIVS. Like I knew it was one of these.
Microvision?
That's what it was. That's right. What was Mark? I feel like Mark was something, unless it wasn't.
It's I think it's tied to real estate. But Microvision, this is the not like Apple's ProVision, but it's something similar, like a heads-up display for soldiers that they think they had with Microsoft. Something like that.
I gotcha.
I don't exactly remember though.
That's all right. Let's see what's happening here. We're going to bounce from that trend line. We're currently back at it. We did bounce for a few points, but a few points below is what we're looking at now. What a sharp move there, though, to the downside. Huge pop on GUR. Okay, if I go to GUR, and if it's not a huge pop, I will be upset, Q. All right, fine. I think that's a solid pop for this type of stock. That $1 is where I would have traded it yesterday if I was paying attention to the stock. That whole number I do love. You would be surprised on. Let me see. You'd be surprised on SMC. You know what? Let me pull up my E-Trade Pro. Let's go ahead and load that puppy up here. Where is my E-Trade? E-Trade. Oops, nope, that's Excel. That's not E-Trade.
The crow is saying BFRG, B-Frog, setting up. This is this is an old girlfriend too. An AI name. They have AI right in their name.
Wait, what is the ticker?
BFrog, BFRG.
Where did he say that?
He
He has
said
text in on the side.
no, the Crow, BFRG 4-hour chart setting up. He said at 9:05. 4-hour chart setting up for a reversal.
Yo, am I blind? Oh, yes, I am. Okay, got it. By the way, okay, cool. So we now have, dude, I don't think I have enough money to. Do I try to short this one and be a lunatic live on air? Maybe. I feel like I want to, but I don't know if I should be a lunatic here. BFRG.
I mean, now I'm just looking for things that still have some decent volume in them. Some of those that I had mentioned earlier this morning, it's just, it's really slowed down.
Tesla. Oh, look at, oh, mother. Okay. So, start of the show, we said, hey, this 182.53 area is a level to watch. You had resistance a few times. You broke it. Then we said, cool, I'm going to buy it at 182.60. It came all the way down to about 182.87. So we missed our buy fill, which we would have easily taken our profits. Cancel order.
I hate the way that sounds.
Whatever. All right. Well, I said 22 was definitely possible for Palantir this week. Looks like we're at about 21.50 so far. 22 and 24. Those are my target 1, target 2s. There's target 1 approaching 60 cents away.
Yeah, it looks like if it can break through that 21.50 resistance there where there's a bunch of supply, might get your 22. And it looks like you have the 15 EMA about crossing VWAP. That's usually a good sign that we're about to see a good movement. On the 5-minute, I have that. Those EMAs not really quite there on larger time frames yet, but this would be interesting to see if we can get that break over 21.50 on some increased volume here.
My E-Trade is currently updating, so I don't know what the options are priced in for Palantir, but might have to just YOLO a $22 call or something. But we shall see. Good morning, Becca.
Mar and Riot. So that means that Bitcoin is back over 43, almost back up to 43,000. It went under yesterday and went down to, I think, 42,200 maybe. It was not a good day for crypto stocks yesterday, but looks like it's recovering. By
the way, chat, I think start of February, I kind of teased you guys that there'd be some changes and different things like that are going to be happening around the show's network. Would love to know, and you guys can, send me a DM if you want, or you can send me an email. It's just my name at, here, let me put down Crow's comment. It's my name at benzinga.com. But we're looking to put out more trading-related shows. So whether that be futures, to where it wouldn't be interview-based, it'd be more so of, hey, let's talk futures, let's talk trades, oil, minis, micros, whatever, crude, corn, you name it. We hope to have it. Hoping to have that out there. Maybe some options related shows as well. So if that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know in the chat here. If there's any other show ideas that you guys have, let me know. Because we're trying to ramp things up here alongside live trading. Live trading itself is not going anywhere. But it's like, hey, after 11, what do we do from 11 to 11:30? What do we do from 11:30 to noon? You know what I mean? So that's the angle that I'm kind of playing at here. Where in the world?
Yeah, chat. What are you doing after the show? What do you guys usually do? You watch the next stream, or do you have something else you guys like to do? What does chat do after we're done?
Yeah, because if you guys are just like going to another YouTube channel, then I'd love to create a show with different hosts and things like that to kind of keep you guys here. It's a selfish part of things. That's how life works. By the way, on Mara 1717 is what I'd kind of keep an eye on. So support, resistance. If you can break this, you can get a chance to go ahead. Eat. Yeah, I guess we could eat. Chase a 3-year-old. Oh, that sounds adorable. I mean, annoying for you, but adorable for me is what I meant.
You'll be chasing him to infinity and beyond, Buzz Lightyear.
create another show. Yeah, we might. You know, just yesterday, talked to my buddy Scott on the sales side, and we're reaching out to a couple of companies and be like, hey, we want to put on a trading show. Give us some money so we can do just that. That's it. That's where we're going with this. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I'm gonna tease this, and I have no idea if it's gonna work out or not. We are hoping to do a trading competition for futures in the sense of, hey, I don't want to speak too much of it because it's just literally an idea that we were talking about. But it's kind of like, hey, you would have a trading competition where everyone kind of starts off equal, same. And then if you go ahead and win the trading competition, you get, I don't know, 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever sponsorship we can get for that. But yeah. How about BZ Comedy Hour? Yeah, I'm not sure if we're funny enough for that. Coinbase, by the way. So here's the thing on Coin. You had support here at 116 yesterday. That same exact level is where you got a nice little bounce to the upside.
So y'all like stock jokes, huh?
I don't think I have any good ones, but if you're going to make a cringy one, now's the time. Wait, why do you not? But so this comment, look, I'll never talk bad about any other show, so I won't do that. But I'm curious as to what you don't like, because I've watched them in the past. I liked a couple of hosts that they have. You know, trading styles are a little different than mine, so that's the reason that I'm not watching them all the time or anytime, I guess. But I am curious what you don't like about it, so that I, as kind of like a producer, can understand what it is that you guys want. But I do want to not talk about stocks. So my E-Trade Pro is messing up, so I unfortunately can't see what's going on.
If the Trader TV is the one I'm thinking of, I could think back to when I started doing this, and if it's the right one I'm thinking of, I watched them before, and I felt completely lost as to what they were doing. They move really, really fast with their trades and what they're saying. So I could see how that would be, daunting for somebody who's new to this, or even some people that have been doing this for a while. They just move really fast, and there's not a whole lot of explaining. There's just so much doing. But
Neil, he's a busy man. I don't know if we can get Neil. I'm gonna screenshot this, but maybe like once a week he can join us. Just for fun.
A rat snack once a week would be good. Oh, look at Palantir. It's trying to take out 2150. Let's knock on the door, and there it's through. Here we go.
Wait, what are you looking at? Sorry.
Palantir. We were talking about the 2150 level needing to get broken through.
Hey, there it is.
It did the thing, and now it's wanting to go to 22.
Bring back the rat? Well, I don't know what that means, but...
Oh, that's because when Neil was doing the Get Technical, rat snacks were what we were looking for. That was kind of the whole thing.
Snacks? What is rat snacks? What is happening?
So maybe you'll have to bring him on and explain it to you, because this was.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up and be like, "Yo, can you come?"
What's a rat snack? I mean, I have a shirt that has the Lord of the Rings, one ring to rule them all lettering on it, and it says the rat of the snack on it. There's a whole theme that we did with with his show. Every little thing that we found that looked like we could make a trade off of, that was a rat snack.
Interesting. All right. I'm about to screenshot this and send it to him.
Find the trash. Yep. Yeah, Neil did have a fun show. That's why they want it back.
Neil or not, a charting technical and fundamental show. Okay, cool. I'll remember that.
Yeah,
I'll write this down.
Learning the technicals, learning how to read the fundamentals. Absolutely helpful. I think that would be a great show.
Let me go.
As long as it's not boring. If we can make it fun and educational.
So much of, obviously, so much of showmanship is the host themselves, right? So the content could be great. Like you could have the best technical trader, but if they're not personable, it gets a little tough.
Like that one host from, you remember the movie Mrs. Doubtfire?
It's been a minute since I've seen it, but yes.
You remember the host that that Robin Williams character replaced toward the end of the movie? He was that guy that was playing with the dinosaurs and was super boring. That's what we don't want.
That's fair. Neil insulted me one time and I was turned off, and whenever he was on, I left. I had one person who By the way, Palantir, man, this is going to continue moving. I'm telling you, chat. We talked about 22. It's approaching now. I had one viewer who wasn't a fan of something I said, but they were very sweet about it. They sent me an email personally, and they said, "Hey, I wasn't a fan when you said ABC," and it was great. Then I had another viewer who wasn't a fan of what I said, and they reported me to the Better Business Bureau. So, and like, if you've been watching me, I make jokes. I poke fun at people. I poke fun at myself, but it's never anything to a degree that someone needs to go to the Better Business Bureau about, but that's what they did. It's all right. It was fun. It was a fun time dealing with that. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate how that must have played out.
I mean, they were just like, all right, thanks for the info, because there wasn't a lot of meat on that complaint. If it was something that I legitimately, said that was crazy, then yeah, I would have been punished for it. But it was a what type of thing.
All right. I think we need to get back to some tickers here.
Well, I'm trying to take a look at the NQ and see what it's going to do, because it did break, but it went right back above on this one. And then you also have CMCI, broke the 650, then came right back up. Now you got to see if it can get above VWAP in the 663 or so.
Yeah, SMCI and Nvidia, for that matter, they really do need to come in. This upward move they're on, that's not going to last forever. There's going to be some pullback at some point. Might get it today. The market's certainly looking that way, but how far down it gets pulled back, how long it gets pulled back for, can't say for sure. So looking at BFrog, it's kind of finding some support at this previous level that I have around 430. Might be an interesting trade here if it can hold this level. Just lots of things have slowed down. I'm looking at the volume in a lot of these. LAES is looking like it still has some pretty decent volume. Trying to stay over 3 here. DD made a new intraday high. What is the chat looking at? Ex-girlfriend reported you the Better Business Bureau.
Nah, thankfully, all my exes have been very kind individuals, and I've never really had a crazy one. I've never had a crazy one. So very fortunate. Very fortunate in that.
Maybe we should just let the chat run the show, because they're really funny.
Yeah, we'll just have Comedy Hour run by the chat.
Yeah. Oh, man. Voodoo, you're funny.
Did you guys drop Zim? Who's Zim?
So Zim is a stock that we are trading. No, I have not dropped it. Okay.
I thought it was like a previous host. I was like, damn, I didn't know we fired somebody.
No, Zim is just been a great trading vehicle. And this is something that we're anticipating is going to go higher. This is all tied to the conflict in the Middle East out of the Suez Canal and Red Sea, with the Houthi rebels attacking cargo ships. So a lot of ships have had to reroute around the south of Africa. It makes things more costly. It sends shipping rates spiking. And the thing about Zim is that if shipping rates go up, so do their profits.
Okay. Well, you've got a nice little trend line here. You can hold on to a support. If it breaks 13, I personally would probably go ahead and get out. Good morning to you, nurse. If you are an actual nurse, especially in 2020, God bless your soul. We appreciate all your hard work. And let's go ahead and take a look at ORCL. And you can see Mara, that's moving to the upside of 1721. So I promise we'll take a look at that here after ORCL. Here is let's go 4 hours on this one, shall we? Do I see anything interesting in ORCL, aka Oracle? I'll be honest, I don't see anything that interests me just yet. Besides maybe a break of about 117.60s, but not really feeling anything on this one. You do have earnings coming up in about a month, so if you could possibly play an earnings run up, I unfortunately do not have any trade ideas on this one besides resistance here, like I said, at around 118, 117, right around there. So 117.68, give or take, is where you could see a little bit of resistance. What was I about to take a look at? Oh, yeah, Mara, M-A-R-A. So we talked about this one breaking above 1717, and that's what it does. So if you go ahead and look left, you had support, resistance, resistance. And now is this going to act as resistance, or what is going to happen to the upside? That's what we want to go ahead and see. Every guy got to have an experience with a psycho. No. I had a friend of mine who had an ex who pretended to be pregnant so they could get back together. But again, this isn't, men are crazy too. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are plenty of individuals who said I was a crazy boyfriend. I don't think I was, but maybe. I don't know. KPTI.
One reason for this meta and riot movement is we did get over 43,000 in Bitcoin.
Bro, what am I doing wrong? Okay, there we go. KPTI.
But yeah, I agree, Market Sniper. It is a slow day. And to the person who's asking about if we had left Zim, I've been adding under 13, and I just sell when it gets into the high 13s or over 14. But to the point that you were making, Zunaid, it does look like we could get go lower here, maybe under 12 in the short term. I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea to get out and wait for a better lower price to get back in. For me, it would be if I did that, I would be comfortable selling now and then waiting for a price under 12 to get back in, because I don't think that this whole story with the conflict in the Middle East and the shipping problem is done yet. We might get a ceasefire so that we can in the Hamas-Israel war, so that could see the price come down, as there's hope that shipping could return to normal. But I think it's going to only be temporary. I think if you're going to be trading Zim, pay attention to what's happening out there.
That's a good insights on that. Yeah, it's sometimes I have struggles. I used to have struggles with trading based off of war, but there are definitely opportunities out there if you're comfortable with it and your psyche is okay with it. There are definitely different ways to profit from just what's happening in the real world, and it's just a matter of life in the sense of that. By the way, Palantir 21, did it get up there? We missed our target by 16 cents. Boo-hoo. But yeah, Palantir, man, I think this is going to continue rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I do. I agree. I think 22 is on deck for today, and if not today, maybe soon. It just had really good earnings. There's a lot of momentum in that one, and we just outlined that break of 2150, and it happened. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see 22 in short order.
Speaking of futures, let's go ahead and take a look at crude oil. You have resistance. So you had support, resistance, and now resistance again at the 73.70 area. We'll see if that gets a chance to continue its way up or not. But if you are in the futures world, this could be a place. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to go short this right now in my eval account.
That's entirely possible too, Humble Ninja, that Palantir could be a short. I don't disagree. Do have a pretty high RSI in that one too. We're at 73 on Palantir on the daily chart. So
yeah, what's the hang on.
Maybe we get to 22 and then drop. Okay. What else are we looking out there? AMD wants to go lower. Let's take a look at AMD. For me, if we start closing beneath the 20-day SMA in AMD, then it has to be more than 1 day. But if we start doing that, then I'd be concerned that this rally in AMD is about done. We'd have to get underneath 150 in order for me to confirm that for myself. But so far right now, the first thing I want to see is some multiple closes under the 20-day SMA.
I'm quiet because I'm shorting on my eval account, so this is not real money. Don't want to get it twisted like we do with live trading in the... Come on, where is my stop loss going to be?
Otis, I did not read that, so if that's true, I appreciate that, and I'm going to have to look into that. That's not unsurprising, because I know that Russians have tried to do that as well near Ireland, I believe.
All right, I am short crude oil. Again, eval account, not real money. Matter of fact, let me see if I can. Here, let's go Let's actually short it with real money, shall we? I believe we shall.
The Crow HTZ, that's Hertz, I believe. Oh, also LAES might be. Watch LAES for volume, because if we get it to come in, we could break and make new intraday highs. Current one is 311.
Did I move money out of this account? Oh, I did move money out of this account. Okay, we will do it on Thinkorswim then. By the way, SMCI, as soon as it reclaimed 650, now it's at VWAP. Now it's going up against the previous close here at about 663.35s.
Just looking for, let's see, I have DWAC on my list here somewhere. I want to see how, okay, here we go. All right, so order flows trader. I appreciate the mention here on the U.S. Appeals Court ruling that Trump is not immune to election subversion charges. That seems to have been pulling DWAC down now. So there may be some opportunities if you're trading this to get in at a lower price, because I still don't think that just because that news has hit the desk that this trade is over. We still have plenty of election cycles. I mean, our election primaries, and if Haley drops out, that's probably going to end up making this thing absolutely take off like it did when DeSantis dropped out.
Yeah. That's what I've got on DWAC. That's the trend line. I'd love it at around 42. So I'm going to set an alert here. If it gets to 42, I'm in. Breaks 40, I'm out. Risking $2.
There we go.
That's the way that I'd love to play this one.
Becca is eyeing TELL. Tell me more.
It's going up against resistance here at the 45 cents. Again, you had support, broke, resistance. Now it's going to face resistance here as well. If we can break above it, you can get a knock in 50, and that's absolutely going to be resistance. Got the psychological hold number, but also just looking at the chart, support, correct. Never fully came back and tested it, but about 49 cents was resistance. And we'll see, obviously, just a beautiful candle here. The largest one in more than a month.
Yeah, the 5-minute chart looks like it's okay. It looks like it's about ready to blast off here. The 5-minute chart's got a pretty good formation on it. So it's right where at your level there. I think this if we get the volume, we're going to 50 cents.
Well, and so far we are getting volume pumped into this one. We're about 30 seconds away from this candle closing on the 5. What do you think on CCO? Let's see CCO here. I don't see any volumes at first thing. Let me take away this.
COO.
Oh, did I look at it wrong?
No. They typed.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like, oh no, What do I? So the clear one to me is break of 400, right? That's clear as day, obvious. Resistance, hold number, all that good stuff. If we try to do a little bit of a deeper dive, let's see if any trend lines are. Yeah, cool. That's the 4-hour. Let's see if there's anything else that we can take a look at. Let's take a look at the daily.
Yeah, just looking at this one to see what this is about. This is in the eye care space.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar with this to kind of. I mean, here's a trend line thing, right? So you're coming up against this. It could get tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and break one way or another. So I would say if you kind of want to get into it, maybe here, but then you'd have to cut your losses by about $5 or so. But I mean, I just don't have as much of a confidence in the trade plan there that I would personally take it. But you break 400, oh yeah, we move into the upside. That's the way that I see it. Let's see what's happening with Tesla. That should be coming down a little bit.
COO, just to cap that off, that has a almost 97% institutional ownership. So you probably aren't going to get a whole lot of big moves unless they are selling.
Very valid point. Very valid point. Tesla talked about the 182.50 level. Now it's holding on to support at the moment. Will it crack or will it continue to the upside? Is the question that we all want to know the answer to.
Tesla did need to come off of that low RSI, so it's trying to make that happen.
You have a friend that said it's going to run. I'd be curious. Are we talking about COO again? Yes, we are. I'd be curious the reasoning that it's going to run, you know? Like, is it technicals? Is it insider trading? Like, what are we looking at here?
I mean, iPoint is one that we've traded before, and they have some development news that drives them. I'm not sure about COO though. I don't know what the Cooper companies are about. It seems like they're a pretty well established company though.
Oh, someone asked a question. I didn't even see it. Man, we need StreamYard needs to like notify us when one of us gets tagged or something. Do you only use TradingView versus your primary broker to execute trades? So whenever I'm trading, it's just easier for me to connect my broker, which is TradeStation, to TradingView and just trade from the charts. Now, when I do trade options, I have money in my E-Trade account, and then I have money in my TD Ameritrade account. So options, I typically trade on E-Trade, and then E-Trade, and then TD and Ameritrade, Thinkorswim is another broker that I use. And that's because in one account, I can have money to trade options, stocks, and futures all in one account. Where for TradeStation, I have to have two accounts, one for stocks and options and the other for futures. So that gets a little annoying for me. But yeah, that's where we are. Any history on HUIZ?
This is a Chinese insurance company, so it's likely moving in sympathy with what we were talking about this morning with the sovereign wealth fund buying up all those ETFs in China. As far as a trade goes, I don't know if I could really help out here, but that's, I believe, why it's moving today.
I'm not sure if this is a chart related comment or if you're insulting me, Becca. I have to go back and look at it now. Now I have to go look back at it. I mean, now it's an insult. Look, yeah, you know, I'm not going to open that can of worms. I feel like I know what they do, but I'm not 100% sure. But now I'm scrolling up to find this comment. And the first one I found is, it helped me a lot, which I know you're not talking about hymns. I believe this was when you were referring to Neil's show. But that's funny, though, that when I went and looked for your comment, that's the one that I found. Where is your hymns comment? I don't even know where it is now.
Yeah, I remember when hymns was really taken off a couple of years ago, and now I just see the commercials for it quite regularly, especially during the football season. Interestingly.
Okay, now I got to go see what hymns does because I felt like I know. I don't know what that accent was. Okay. Convenient quality care, 100% online. Have great. Okay, that is what it. Okay, cool. Got it. All right.
Yeah, they're dude drugs.
Got it.
Delivered to your door.
Have great sex, regrow hair, lose weight, tackle anxiety, get smooth skin. All right. Well, I do need help regrowing hair a little bit. You know.
I mean, if I can get all that in one pill, sign me up.
Aren't they traded? Here, let me.
The Crow saying W and W. I'm going to take a look at that.
By the way, if Meta comes back and tests around this once a 460 area, that could be interesting for short for sure.
Holy cow. W and W is moving on something. Let me take a look and see if I can find news on this. Well, it is low float, so it's easily pushed around.
Is it halted? No, it's not. It just saw it move.
No, it's just moving on something. I guess a bunch of traders got bored with how slow the market's been and say, let's just pick a low float stock and just push it up.
Say what you want. I miss the days when FinTwit would move stocks, which I know they still do, but maybe not to the degree that they used to. It would give us opportunities.
Yeah, and that's fine. You know, SEC can deal with them. We just want trading vehicles.
Let's see.
Squeezing the 151. I don't know. I mean, I'm not seeing too much short interest, so I don't know about a squeeze. I mean, unless shorts are trying to pile into this as it's trading up. We did have a reverse split on December 20th, so it's checking that box.
Let's see if we can go short around there. Okay.
Is 10x finally finding support? Because that would be news to me, or not news, but good news to me. I'd love to finally get a trade in that one.
Sydney, what did I get? Your previous comment was Becca doesn't insult, and then it's a penguin jumping out of a box. Is it a penguin? No, it's a cat. I'm sorry. It's a cat out of a box. And then you said, do I get it? Are you flirting with me? Is that what's happening?
Oh, you never heard of Catbox?
No, am I just this uncultured?
I don't know what it is either.
Oh, okay. I was like, I know I wasn't born here, but like, I don't know what I'm missing out on. Yeah, I was taking a look at SMCI, hoping it would come back to the 650s for me to maybe take it to the long side, but it just kind of flew on back to the upside.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it looks like the buddy said COO Albert White bought approximately 4,500 shares, and he's been buying as well. A cat box has two meanings. Okay, is this something I need to look up on incognito mode? God dang it, chat. First I look up hymns, now I'm about to look up what does cat box mean? Like, I know it's a litter box, right? I got that, but I didn't. You can't flirt with someone by calling them a litter box. Oh.
I thought it was a bag that they have to get out of.
Okay.
Everybody's so funny. This is why we don't need a comedian on here. We have the chat. We just make everything funny.
Yeah, I just read what Urban Dictionary had to say about it. So
that's such a great place to figure things out. Some of these Zoomers, they start saying things that I have no idea what they're talking about. Guess where I'm going.
All right, well, getting back to charts. Cigna. That's not even a ticker. Why did it not come up? Talking about CI? Is that what we're looking at here?
I'm just looking into that Cooper Company's insider buys that was being mentioned by Wisdom. He bought 4,500 shares. I'm trying to see if I can find that.
Where did... Let's see.
I must not be looking at the right thing. I don't see.
Why are these emojis not popping up is what I want to know. Are you guys sending them from like your phones you're watching on the stream? Penguin, blue, waving. All right. I don't know what that looks like now. Now I'm imagining it.
BTAI heating up. This one was moving yesterday too, I believe. A lot of times these older ones will start moving when the ones that we look at today run out of fuel. Mara is still doing pretty good. Got up to 1741. Looks like Palantir got as high as 2185 before we started to come back in. So 22 didn't quite get there.
Oh, rude. But you know, where is... Okay. All right, chat. We're going to YOLO something here. All right, give me a sec. Let me load up my Thinkorswim.
LAES did that breakout. If you were doing that one, good job. You got some money.
PLTR. Options. What are we thinking here, chat? $20 calls are about $1.22. Is that what we're going with? Or are we going with $21 calls? Let's go with... We'll risk 120 bucks. So I will purchase. Nope, I want to buy. Yep, there we go. Next.
So SMCI has come back up to the pre-market consolidation that we got from about 8 to open.
I do not want to buy 10 of these. I would like to buy 2 of these.
And it looks like it's trying to break through that.
All right, I went ahead and purchased Palantir calls, $21 calls expiring this week, got filled at 57 cents. All right, so we're YOLOing about 114 bucks, give or take. Maybe that'll help pay for the Valentine's date. I don't know, but
and make sure you tell her that because of a good trade, we're now able to go to this restaurant instead of this restaurant.
Can you imagine? Be like, why are we at CC's? Well, see, what had happened was,
yeah,
yeah,
I meant to hit sell, and I didn't get my fill.
That's what it was. That's what it was. All right, chat. We've got about maybe 10 more minutes here, and then we'll go ahead and head out because I've got calls because that's the type of day today is.
So we're looking for Spirit to get above maybe $7. I'll be watching for that. It's a really interesting thing because they're trying to appeal that merger, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around the reasoning for denying the merger in the first place, because it's just going to hurt both companies if they don't merge. Not that I think they're really going to have a big chance if they do, but Spirit's already being talked about as the next chapter 11.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you live in Atlanta. Thank you, Tejal. Appreciate the kind words. Again, hopefully with the new shows, you'll get a chance to see me. It's just tough to like stream all day, every day. You know, I don't know. Especially when I've done it for so many years, it's like a little exhausting sometimes. And the waking up early part. I know I'm having first world problems. I understand, but
well, if I'm not rolling out of bed for streaming, I'm rolling out of bed for trading.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I took a break from trading just because I was like, you know, I was like, I needed a mental break. But anyway, save here. Yeah, here's what I've got in terms of support resistance. 682. You can see it acted as resistance twice already. If it breaks above that, you know, maybe get a chance to go to move to the upside. Being a resident, I'm having a really hard time thinking about where to go for Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, I don't know, Centennial. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. But it's also cold. So typically I love doing like a picnic date. You could like, my favorite thing to do on a date would be to go to like the park, have a picnic, buy some art supplies so you can paint, have a good time, great conversations. But like, it's been cold. It's been terrible weather in Atlanta. So not really an option anymore.
So got to go someplace warm.
Our producer, Aaron Thomas, has just been creeping in the back. He just slacked me to remind you guys that we have Cannabis Insider at 1 p.m. I should kick him out the show. I should just.
Well, that'll go along great with the Agrify trade that we've been talking about this morning.
Aaron, I dare you to show your face again. I will put you on camera. I will put you on screen. I dare you to do it. You know what? Hold on. Now I'm just gonna leave you up here. Aaron, you are part of the show. So if you turn your camera on, they will see he moved himself back. He flicked me off and he left.
Frank, I'd be flirting with disaster if I had stopped doing Valentine's Day for my wife. I at least have to get flowers. I at least have to do that. She gave me 2 children. I have to at least do that.
Just fill her full of butter chicken. Yeah. Cuddling might be out of the question if we go grab Indian food on Valentine's Day. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Looking to see if I can get anything out of TENX here. I'm not too enthusiastic about the volume, but it's starting to look like we're going to get a bit of a push up here. I'm going to try to play from here to VWAP. Randy gets you flowers every week. Yo, he's got a plug for flowers in Nashville. Oh man, it's that Tesla money.
Giant screen at Fernbank. All right, I'm adding this to my to-do list to look it up.
A dozen per child. I'll have to. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll present that to her later this month and be like, "This came from recommendation in the chat." It's a good idea. All right, looks like TENX is going to make that move I'm looking for. It's working so far. I'm just going to raise a stop, though.
All right, let's go ahead and... Oh, this is what I love to do, man. I've missed doing this. Let's take a look at LLY. That's Eli Lilly. You just had 690 calls come in on the ask, so that means it is in the money. Expiring May 17th, $1 million worth. Never mind, I take back what I said. This isn't that exciting because they're about $5,400 per contract. But that is what just came in terms of flow. Again, it is the May 17th expiring this year, $1 million worth of contracts purchased for the 690 strike on ticker LLY. Eli Lilly.
Voodoo, that's some great advice. And I just got stopped out of TENX, but not without a profit. Flowers are good if you got a cemetery nearby. It cuts down on the costs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
it's a good idea, but it might be frowned upon.
That's crazy. Voodoo, go to the corner. Wait, was that Voodoo who said that? Yes, it was. Go to the corner. It's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
All right. Yeah, things are just so slow today. And we're going to probably end up having a lot of slow days in the market over the next couple of weeks since we're getting the Lunar New Year. We're just not going to have as much participation. That's the unfortunate reality. But I'll still be here trying to trade this. LAES, trying to get over 320 after having that great move that was mentioned in the chat.
Yeah, I think it was around, what was it, 280 when we... No, maybe it was around 290 when we saw that move. Someone called it out in the chat.
It's a great call out. Oh, and BTAI, that was also called out previously. And look at that thing go.
Nice little move. $10 was held near VWAP. Definitely missed this one. Interesting trade.
You could entertain your date with that beatboxing.
Nah, it's that drum kit. You know what? I got to remind myself to call it out. Hold on.
That's going to lead you to the promised land.
For 1 p.m. called Guitar Center. This is how I run my life.
No, I wasn't short. I was trying to make a play for a push up to VWAP. And I got a little bit. Maybe I set my stop too high. But it wasn't without some profit, so I can't complain too much. And it still could get up to VWAP. I mean, we're certainly trying to make our way up there. We got up to 1643 this past 5-minute candle, 1640. But no, I was not short. All right. Well, what's everybody looking at?
Let's see. Ask ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT what? Oh, Valentine's Day ideas. Great flowers card, butter chicken wine, one-stop shop, and garlic knot. I'm telling you, cuddling is out of the question if we have Indian food.
Oh, it'd just be warmer.
Hell, stop it. You know what? You go to timeout. Where are you? Nope, you're in the back. You get a timeout for a minute. That's crazy. All right, whenever you're done, give me a thumbs up. I'll put you back on camera. Okay.
Hey, we're all having fun here. That's the important part.
Yeah,
because we can't seem to find anything that's really moving enough to trade. I mean,
yeah, I've taken one trade today.
I've taken a couple. They weren't very big. Just the volume just isn't here to push these things like we have been getting the past several weeks. So it could just be one of those these times where we start to see some more downside, a lot of cooling off. Things have really run too. Let me take a look at the broader market, see if I'm getting the same thing we were getting the past couple of days, where some select stocks were up, some of the really strong names, Amazon, Microsoft, some of those really strong Mag 7s and those ilk, while everything else was just down. It looks like today's a much better day.
Yeah, the stocks that I wanted to trade outside of Palantir haven't been giving me a chance. So, for example, AMD was on my watch, so short at 170, 129. Obviously, it never got there, so I didn't want to risk anything. Meta wanted to short around 460. Didn't really give me a chance on the retest whatsoever, but I would still be interested if it did get to about the 460 area still. What else was there? Tesla. This one I missed by a couple of cents. By 20 cents on this retest, on the initial retest, not this one, but on the initial retest here. That one got a nice little move to the upside itself as well. Why so slow today? I don't know. AAL.
It's the only of the things I can think about are the reasons I gave. We just going to have a fewer participation because of the Lunar New Year, so we're not going to see as much foreign trading. We can also take a look at the VIX and the dollar index, see how those are going, and the interest rates, because typically if those are up, we're going to see more selling, as we don't want a higher dollar and a higher rate. Those are adverse to big up moves in the market.
Yeah. Let's see. Baba. We can take a look at Baba before we go. What time is my next call? Let's see. What time is it? Oh, it's right at 11.
10-year bond is still over 4, but it's down about 5 cents today. So there's that. What's the dollar at?
Okay. How many people get this stupid USPS message? Bro, it is so dumb.
The scammers?
The USPS scam? Yeah, like, come on.
Oh yeah, they're in full force. Oh, you have a package. You got to log into this website that doesn't have anything to do with UPS in order to retrieve it. And they got you. Well, we're in the lower range of today's movement with the dollar. So I suppose that's why we're seeing more green than not. But just the volume in general is just really, really low. And I just attribute that to the lack of participation. I had a hot dog for breakfast. You stuff some eggs, maybe wrap it in bacon.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, I'm asking. He said that he had a hot dog for breakfast. I mean, I have sausage too sometimes. Just, not wrapped in a bun.
Let's see what else we've got going on before we hop out of here.
John, yeah, they want to know about your extended warranty. Are you going to tell them that you want to extend your warranty?
Dude, I need to actually go get my car tinted and also get my oil change done. Oh, I hate adulting.
Yeah, that's just what it is. How much more stuff can we put in front of your day?
Could I just be rich to have like a secretary, please?
Yeah, it would be nice to just pay somebody to do stuff that you don't want to.
Yeah, just have them go take care of it.
Well, looks like we're going to get 5 in ACHR. After the first 15-minute institutional movement, volume fell off. No real conviction after that. I agree. Just volume just up and left this market after what seemed like the first 15 minutes. I mean, I don't know if you want to look at a 15-minute your 15-minute chart and tell me how many big candles you got out of the open and how much smaller they were afterwards.
Take her Valentine's Day for, I don't think I'll see a 6th date if I do that.
Oh, is this number 5?
This is number 5, yes. Yeah.
She's the one.
Yeah, 5 dates and see, this is why divorce rates are up. 5 dates and she's the one it is 5 dates in like 19 days. So like, obviously we enjoy each other's company, but
United Airlines. Airlines today are all over your scanner. Take a look at UAL. Okay. I wonder if this is related to the Boeing woes. Boeing's up today too. Boeing's sideways ever since we dropped down to under 200 briefly. Let's see what the news is.
my Becca. That's funny. I was going to say my longest record, Becca. I think before this, in terms of just the dating world, was 5. But it was also understood that that was like a short-term thing, was but yeah.
I'm just looking at some of the news for Boeing and some of the other ones. I did see that the FAA wants more inspectors at these different airlines. I'm not sure how this is being taken as a positive. Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly why airlines are up.
Oh, that's right, Lynn. I forgot you and Randy were flight attendants.
Yeah, they got out of that business at the right time, it seems, now with people getting crazy on planes. Not that they would have taken any of that crap. I could see Lynn and Randy throwing people out the plane.
Huh. What are you going to do? Let's see. Trying to look around and see if we've got any ideas to close out things, but I'm not really seeing much that I can personally get into right now in terms of a trade. Carmen,
Right.
yeah, I've actually gone to that glass blowing one. I actually purchased, oh man, it's in my car. Something from there when I went like a couple of months ago. I haven't done the activity. We just went to go check it out, but then instead we decided to do pottery. So we did that instead. But that's definitely on my daytime glass blowing thing. It's just fun. And it's inexpensive. I think it's like $30 per person, something. I can't remember exactly what it is now.
I didn't know they had those. That sounds pretty cool.
Dude, it's really cool. Yeah, so you've got that, and then you've got the pottery thing. So you like make your thing, or you can go ahead and just paint on a pre-made one or whatever the case may be. Obviously, it gets dirty if you're making pottery. But yeah, it's fun.
So it's kind of like a color me mine, but with glass.
Yeah, like I think they also have like a, what's it called, sip and paint or something, where it's just like you're just painting on a canvas and drinking wine or whatever the case may be. So it's that, except pottery related.
I've seen those. Those are like, I've seen those exist as like a community kind of thing. Everybody has an HOA. Hey, let's all gather to the common area and we'll do all this painting. We'll have some wine at the same time. I've seen those. They actually have full-on buildings with that, full-on businesses now, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about this one. I thought you were being dirty for a second, but you are not. So I have to double read. I had to do a double take. Oh, this is good. Where? Okay, maybe I shouldn't Google where can I smash in Atlanta, because that's not the right wording. Where can I smash things in Atlanta?
Yeah, Jay Rice, that sounds about right. Maybe rotation into some consumer discretionaries, some defensives,
Nike,
things like that. I don't think money's really leaving the market as much as it's just going to move somewhere else. What happened?
Aaron Thomas is such
Not
a creep. He's just in the background listening to the conversation, and he slacks me. He goes, "You idiot! They're called rage rooms." That's what it is. Thank you. I appreciate that, pal.
It looks like GRRR is trying to get going here.
By the way, Nike approaching the 102 resistance level. So we got the $100 level that we played a couple of days ago. I showed you guys that with my 200 shares, and now you've got 102.20. That's the next level of resistance that I have. I couldn't get over it in the early parts of February 1st, but now to the upside. Grr, going parabolic. See, why you got it? You know what? Come to the front. Why? Why you gotta lie us to? Why you gotta lie to us like this? Why you gotta lie to us like this? Come on, come on. Glinda, I don't know where you're at in terms of where you live. You don't need to dox yourself, but I'm sure if you Google it, you could get some. In terms of Atlanta, there's one indicator that I know for a fact. It gets hot in there.
That's going to be a very, very. I kind of want to hear a follow-up report to that date. If you're going to take it to a rage room, date number 5. Get ready to see this side of me.
Here's the thing though, glass blowing I can't do on Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day I believe is on a Wednesday, and normal people have work. So it might be like one of those like Saturday, Sunday type ideas. The reason I say that is not because you can't, do glass blowing at night, but I think the place doesn't have night classes is what I meant. Yes, currently I'm in Atlanta. Sometimes I travel depending on where my projects are and clients are, but yes. All right, let's see. Any final thoughts, man? We're past 11. Any final thoughts? Because I got to hop on this other call.
Folks, like we've been saying, it's a pretty low volume day. Protect yourself. Just if something doesn't look right, and you don't feel like trading it, just don't trade it. Try to take care of yourself. It's just one of those days where it's just not as risk on as we've had. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys another day this week, maybe tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, we just traded Palantir early morning, made $110. I do have some calls here. Look at that, 2037. Still holding on. Might grab a couple more. But anyway, always great to hang out with you, Chat 13. It was a pleasure hanging out with you as well. And
Sure.
We will be back tomorrow. We've got a couple of hosts lined up as well, so you will go ahead and see them. But don't forget, you got Cannabis at 1 p.m. Cannabis Insider at 1 p.m. And we will hope that by the end of February, if not sooner, I'm hoping to have a couple more shows surrounded around trading, whether it's futures, stocks, options, technical analysis, whatever the case may be. But you guys are awesome. We appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Benzinga Live Trading.